communities of color, public housing tenants, residents telling me that they had to wait 4 or 5 hours for an elevator to bring them up to their apartment, residents that have cancer that couldn't go to their chemotherapy appointment because the elevator wasn't working, a resident in a wheelchair that needed to go to the bathroom that didn't make it. I don't know what could be more important than going to that hearing. I represent the most public housing developments here in the city.
Hey there, everyone. This is Matt Farrar, the founder and CEO of Promethea, the new government tracking tool, live tracking tool and analysis platform. So we're live right now. I wanted to share with you the Boston City Council meeting that's going on. I've got my phone connected here to the camera as well, so you'll be able to see that.
Could be a better use of our time and efforts.
Let me go ahead and show you that. So there's my phone. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the meeting that we're watching. So this is the Boston City Council meeting. This is live on YouTube right now. You can see my phone over here. We had a keyword mention for the Department of Housing and Urban Development. I also cheated a little bit and put in Boston as a keyword, but we've got lots of keywords that I've set here for the meeting.
They might not be a powerful voting bloc, but they deserve some respect. They deserve some dignity. That's why I wanted to ask questions.
While we're waiting for another one, I'll show you what it looks like to get a notification from Promethea here. This is my actual phone connected. So you can see this is Councilor Ed Flynn. He was speaking about Department of Housing and Urban Development.
At this hearing.
If you want to view the full transcript from this mention, it's as simple as clicking this little button at the top, which is going to take you to the transcript of the meeting.
Residents living in public housing, we owe them
right down to
much
where it was
better than
mentioned.
what we provided last week. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Councilor Flynn's suspension of the rules and passage of this 17F. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed, nay. The ayes have it. This docket is passed. Mr. Clerk,
In
can you please read docket
Promethea, we can
number
take a look at the
1855?
live
Docket number 1855.
transcript
Council
here.
Santana for the following. Resolution recognizing October 26, 2025 as Intersex Awareness Day.
The chair recognizes Councilor Santana. You have the floor.
But I wanted to share live with you so that you could see exactly what's happening.
Our city holds a special place in intersex history. It was
The notifications are going to continue to come in. We have another one.
In the U.S. and we continue
the
to
city
honor
of Boston
their
again.
Every October 26th. Intersex refers to people born with natural variations in sex characteristics, such as anomaly, hormones.
I'm going to hang out here for a little bit.
Intersex traits are more common than many realize, affecting up to 1 in 20 people. Yet, too often, intersex
If anyone
people
has any
face stigma,
questions, I'm happy to
discrimination,
answer them in the comments,
and even
at least on LinkedIn.
non-consensual surgeries meant to force their bodies to fit into their gender binary. These harms are compounded by lack of awareness and understanding, including in healthcare. That's why awareness matters. Saying the word intersex out loud matters. Including the I in LGBTQIA+ matters. Visibility fights stigma and saves lives. By recognizing October 26th as Intersex Awareness Day,
Another mention of the Boston keyword here you can see on my phone. See what they said this time.
Our diversity is our strength, and today we lead with love, dignity, and inclusion. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Santana. Is anyone else looking to speak on this matter? Is anyone else looking to speak on this matter? Would anyone else like to add their name? Mr. Clerk, could you please add Councilors Braden, Coletta Zapata, Durkin, Fitzgerald, Flynn, Mejia, Murphy, Faben, Weber. Please add the chair. Councilor Santana, suspension of the rules and adoption of docket number 1855. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. The ayes have it. This docket is passed.
Again, if you have any
Mr. Clerk,
questions,
please
please feel free to put them in the
1856.
comments.
Docket number
I don't know if I'll catch them live, but I'll be happy to answer them after the fact if I don't catch them live.
Art installation commemorating 170 years since Solomon Northrop's visit to Boston.
The chair recognizes Councilor Weber. You have the floor.
Thank you very much. This is a resolution, in support of Hope Out of Darkness, which we addressed at the presentation before. I would just I think it was Mayor Wu, we were talking about no kings and how, it's sort of the birthplace of the American Revolution.
Boston
here in
mentioned
Boston.
here.
And she, I think, correctly pointed out that, maybe a more relevant time period would be the time of the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 here in Boston, where, the city led the country with its advocacy of abolition. The Boston Vigilance Committee, worked really hard to make sure people knew when slave catchers.
I'm still
were in
here,
Boston,
just taking a look at the live stream. Well, we got Boston a lot in that series of conversation. Again, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments. I'm happy to answer them. Promethea, for anyone that's wondering, is agnostic in terms of the type of government that it can process. So whether it's a federal meeting, whether it's a local government, some obscure regulatory board, special district, Promethea is able, as long as they're live streaming, Promethea is able to transcribe it. And even if they're not live streaming, if we can get the video or the audio after the fact, we can still process it with that heavy level of analysis.
Just on their own affidavits had probable cause to detain people and have them sent into slavery, like Solomon Northup. Now, just because of the color of your skin or the accent you speak English, if you have an accent when you speak English, you could be detained by ICE and put in detention. So I can't stress enough, how, the more things change, the more things stay the same. And I urge everyone to go to the Rose Kennedy Garden to see this work. It'll be here till December. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And thank you, Council Weber, for bringing this resolution forward, for bringing in the folks who are responsible for bringing this art installation to the city of Boston, the Solomon Northup Committee, his descendant, the Rose Kennedy Greenway Conservancy, and the North American Indian Center of Boston. I think obviously Solomon Northup's story is very powerful. If you've
and again,
read
Promethea is, we're just looking at the keyword of Boston right now, but imagine your company name, imagine a location, essentially anything that might be mentioned during a meeting that you want to know about, Promethea can track and notify you about. We kind of discourage tracking topics, but only because your phone will get blown up. Just like you see my phone's going crazy right here because I set it to Boston, which is going to get mentioned over and over and over again. That's the same thing that's going to happen with topics. So topics aren't just mentioned, they're discussed, and so Promethea detects those discussions and lets you know. So we try to discourage getting live notification alerts for topics, but that's up to you. If you want your phone to blow up, that is perfectly fine. But we try to focus on things like company names, people's names, but also intent and sentiment. So intent meaning a procurement's about to happen, right? A project's about to be put out to bid. So Promethea's got a couple layers of analysis that are really useful, both in the moment and for that historical context. So long term, what we're really building is the largest database of government spoken word anywhere in the world. So as you may know, it's kind of difficult to find a single resource that has a large amount of government information, right? They use different systems to broadcast their meetings or for their agendas. So one thing that's really important with Promethea is how much data we're bringing in on the back, so that in the future you'll have the context of, hey, Promethea, I have this regulatory challenge. How do I solve it? So we're working very hard to make sure that in the future, you're going to be able to do a lot more than just get live alerts for when something's mentioned in a meeting.
This resolution, because we know that across the country, we're all under attack. Our trans and LGBTQIA2S+ communities are under attack at this moment. While attacks on this particular community are not new, the way in which this federal administration is weaponizing fear to roll back decades of progress is new. This moment calls for bold leadership and a refusal from all of us to accept this behavior as normal. This weekend, we connected with the CEO of Fenway Health when we learned that the latest institution to be given an ultimatum by this administration. The center announced that last week that they would stop providing gender-affirming care to patients under the age of 19, citing that $36 million in federal funding was threatened. This announcement sent shockwaves through the LGBTQIA2 2S+ community and left patients and families concerned about where they can continue to access this care. While we understand that Fenway Health is referring patients to other providers, the City of Boston needs to examine how we can better support and protect institutions that are being pressured by the federal government. In this specific situation, there may be other providers to fill the gap, but without intentional coordination, access to care will remain uncertain for many trans youth and their families. Our office will continue to work alongside more than 40+ advocates to establish the LGBTQIA2S+ Commission dedicated to advancing equity, access, and accountability across our city. The City of Boston, under our leadership, declared itself a sanctuary city for the LGBTQIA2S+ community, and as the governing body, we must live up to that commitment by ensuring our residents have dignified quality of life with full access to health care, safety, and fundamental rights. I look forward to working with our nonprofits.
So I appreciate you taking the time here to join us in the live broadcast. You may not have heard me a second ago. We're going to wrap it up, but again, I'll jump in the comments if anyone has any questions. Hopefully this has given you a taste of what Promethea can do from seeing the Boston City Council, but we're going to start doing this on a regular basis. One, to show you the great broad depth of analysis that Promethea can provide, but also to showcase the many governments and government types that Promethea can view, can watch, can track for you. So really looking forward to sharing Promethea's test drive feature with you soon. It's going to be open to everyone. You'll be able to get an entire meeting's worth of alerts for your keywords for any government that we track anywhere in the country. That's coming in the next few days, and I really look forward to sharing that with you. And until then, thanks for watching.
LGBTQIA individuals are unconscionable and they threaten health and dignity of our residents. Because of new federal directives